Yo, so like for this intro, what if we did like our blend intro video? Like, don't wear no shoes in my house.
Start talking?
Check, mic check. No? Is that dope? Testing 1, 2. Yeah, I feel out of place. Good. Should we do a TikTok? You're welcome. Renegade, is that what it is? Renegade? Phil, you. Or hey, what is it? What is it? Hey. What is going on, Blend FLC? My name is Caleb, and we just wanted to connect with you guys. Obviously, there's this thing going around, COVID-19 or the coronavirus, and although we can't meet physically for Blend's Day, we wanted to still be able to reach out and still be able to bring something to you guys. And so we hope that you guys are enjoying not having school. Obviously, spring break is next week. Hope that you guys have a great time. Make sure you stay engaged on our social media. We just started a TikTok account. We have some other cool things that we're gonna be rolling out that will hopefully keep you engaged. And so we're super excited about that. But again, we wanted to bring something to you because just because there's social distancing going on doesn't mean that we have to be socially or even spiritually disengaged. And so that's what we wanted to bring to you tonight. We've been in a series called Misfits at the Blend, and talking about how God has called us his peculiar people, a little bit odd, a little bit different, so we're kind of misfits. We may not do everything that culture does or everything that everyone else does, and so we're a little bit different, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. And so the idea that we've been going about this is there's been this thought process. If you grew up in church, or maybe you've been around some church people, where I have to get right, whatever that means. I have to get right mentally, physically, emotionally, financially before I ever get into church. Or before I talk to God, I gotta make sure that I'm all good and put together. And I think that that's one of the funniest things, because no matter how much I try, I'm never put together. I might put on a great facade on Instagram and show the 1% of my life out of the 99% of things that go on. But nowhere have I read in the Bible where Jesus says we have to be perfect to get to him. That's not the case. And so that's what we've been talking about with this Misfit series. And there's a story that I go to in the Bible. It's in the book of Matthew, chapter 9. And Jesus goes up to Matthew for the first time and is talking to him about becoming one of his disciples. And as he's there, there's some Pharisees, those professional religious people. They start questioning some of the people who Jesus hangs out with, like, yo, what's he doing hanging out with these tax collectors? Like, it says that he's laid back and he's chilling with them, like quarantine style. He's chilling at the house. They're playing games. He's beating them in 2K. He's doing that whole thing, talking with them. And the religious elite had a very, very hard time with this. And Jesus overheard them questioning his disciples about this whole thing. And he had a very simple answer for him. He said in verse 13, "For I have come to call not those who think they are righteous, but those who know that they are sinners." Now, what does that mean? Because that sinners word can be taken so negative. Basically, it's just those who aren't perfect. If you're anything like me, I can attest that I am not perfect. As much as I would like to think that I am, as much as I tell my wife that I am, my wife, my mom and dad, co-workers, friends, they'll tell you that I'm not perfect. We always say here, the goal isn't to be perfect. The goal is to be pursuit in Jesus. Jesus was the only one who was ever going to be perfect, but we can have pursuit towards him. And so it makes me think of a hospital. Right, so we have this coronavirus going around and everybody's going crazy. Now, some people have been affected by this, but then some people haven't. So imagine there's limited testing kits for this coronavirus. Imagine everybody that is healthy goes straight to the hospital and they start getting tested just because they're healthy, but they just want to get tested anyway. It's not that the hospital is going to not allow them to come, but the hospital definitely has a focus group that they're going after. And those are the people who genuinely need the help, who are not full, who are not healthy themselves. And so Jesus here, when the Pharisees, when those religious elite were talking of like, yo, who is this guy and why is he hanging out with these misfit people, these tax collectors? Jesus was like, yo, this is who I came here for. I didn't come here for the people who they've bought into their own world. They think that they're the best and biggest and greatest thing, the nicest thing since sliced bread. He's like, no, I didn't come for those. I came for the people who want to be real, who understand that we all have struggles. We all have issues. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to get better and I'm working on growing. Can you attest that there's some areas that you need to get better at? Me too. Can you attest that you're trying to grow in some capacity? Me too. I'm doing that in every aspect of my life. And that's here what Jesus was saying is hospitals are for those who are sick. They're for those who are in need. Well, Jesus is for those who are in need. And at the end of the day, we are all in need, and he wants to be there for each and every one of us. So basically, what am I saying? I'm saying that Jesus is better than Vicks. Yeah. He could treat you better than Vicks, and Jesus is better than Robitussin. If your mom and daddy used to give you Robitussin when you were sick, he's better than that. Also, I'm Puerto Rican, and so my mom used to say, sana, sana, curita sana. He's better than that. There is nothing that we can self-apply that is going to be better than Jesus in our life. And so I want to challenge you. While we're on this quarantine, we're sitting here during this COVID-19 thing, take time. Invest in a relationship with God. He's going to be the best investment that you will ever make in your life. He has the greatest interest. You're going to learn more. You're going to realize more. You're going to learn the free life through Christ once we engage with him. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to be doing these weekly as long as they have this COVID-19 restrictions. But don't forget to share this video, comment, share it with your friends, comment on here, like it, post it, do everything with it. And we can't wait to see you back here next week for our IGTV Live for Blends Day.